Yeltsin's reforms were mixed. I mean, it was very interesting. They followed up on, obviously, the things that Gorbachev had done at the end of the Cold War. And Yeltsin was trying to figure out how to build on that. He was one that basically defended a new system in front of the parliament in Moscow at the time, and standing there on tanks, and was defending a new system. But I think that for a variety of reasons, I don't think they were fully understood by the Russian people. And I think generally what had happened was that the Russian people were a little bit confused at the end of the Cold War. I was a professor then and heading a think tank, and I was asked to do a whole survey of all of Europe after the end of the Cold War. And we had questionnaires and various things, but also focus groups. And I will never forget a focus group that we did outside of Moscow, where this man stood up and said, "I'm so embarrassed. We used to be a superpower, and now we're Bangladesh with missiles." And I think there was a real identity problem that Yeltsin, first Gorbachev and then Yeltsin, were dealing with, trying to figure out what was happening with the Russians after the end of the Cold War. And so I think some of the reforms were all seen within this kind of loss of power. What was the economy really like? What were they trying to do in terms of changing the relationship with governors, and how the Duma was working?